Whoops.
Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Another happy landing.
Okay, now what do I click?
What's up, everybody? Welcome
Hello.
to the Escape Pod. I'm Don DellaSnooch. That's Dragon Buddy. I don't know where the fuck Brady's at. He'll be coming. He was doing Family Guy stuff, and that wraps up when that wraps up. So he'll be catching up with us pretty soon. He's being girl dad on Wednesdays now.
I think he's a starting cheerleader for Michigan now, isn't he?
I think so.
Yeah, honorary.
Oh, Brady says halftime just started. So I don't know if that means he's staying for the game to be over. So it might be me and you.
Might be a minute.
I mean, it isn't going to be any less than a half hour.
Not unless you got some like real good refs,
Yeah.
like NFL level refs. They can make that go faster.
We didn't see anything.
Yeah. Can you see anything?
Yeah. Safe touchdown. What? Wrong
Sounds
game.
about right. Sounds about right.
It's an inside pitch to. Anyway,
So what you been up to, Don?
I got a vasectomy again because I thought it'd be fun. So I've been in recovery for the last weekend, but I've been filling all the voids with Starfield. There has been nothing else.
I think that's enough. I mean,
I'm up to level 20.
level 20 masochist.
I have like 4 spaceships.
Nice.
I run around fucking shooting. I just wiped out a base of space pirates today. There had to be like 25 of them.
Nice.
I was on the phone talking to Corey, and I was like, yeah, I just killed the one outside, and I thought that there was 1 or 2 maybe inside, because the last building I saw like that, it was just a couple inside. I went inside. There was like 5 in the first room. Then there was a hallway. There was another, like a dining hall that had like 3 more in it. And then off of that, there was another room that was, I think it was a lab. And then off of that room, there was stairs. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I went downstairs.
Nice.
There was like another 16 of the bastards. I went from having all kinds of room in my inventory to now I'm lugging around a half a fucking posse full of gear.
You're gonna have to go back and forth on this one.
Yeah, I'm schlepping across some moon weighing 9 billion pounds.
You're right. Run a little bit. Stop. Catch your breath. Run a little bit.
I got 84 guns on me. That fucking
great.
Game.
That's wild. That's what happened to me. Like, you get sidetracked so easy on it. Like,
yeah,
I haven't had time to sink into it, and I don't want to go on for an hour because it's not enough that for me to play an immersive game. So, but yeah, I got on there. Next thing you know, I'm mining all the ore out of the moon and walking around for. I don't know what I need this for, but I'm sure it's going to be something cool. I'm bringing it back. So.
Well, that was the thing. Is like I had jumped into this system. We're getting balls deep in Starfield, guys.
Yeah, that's
I jumped into this system, and there was a stranded ship in the system, and they're like, "Oh, we need iron, or we're not going to be able to make our repairs." And I'm like, "All right, well, I don't have any fucking iron on me, so I'm gonna land on this planet. I'll grab some iron. I'll come back up, give it to him."
Right.
I fucking spend an hour and a half killing pirates. I finally jump back into space. Them fuckers are gone.
They gave up.
I'm
on
like,
the dude.
I don't know if that means that the game, something happened in the game where they got what they needed and they left, or if the game was just like that was just to fuck with you.
The game is good, but it's also Bethesda good.
Yeah,
There's moments where you're like, oh, there's that signature.
there
Why the fuck
it
did that
is.
happen?
There it is. Speaking of which, that first fucking pirate that I shot,
Yeah.
I shot him and then he flipped up in the air.
Isn't that nice?
It started spinning off into
Yep.
space.
Before I knew there was jetpacks, that's what happened to me. I'm like, wow, he's that mean.
Yeah.
Wow, he's just he's a pixel. Neat.
Look at him just spinning off into space.
Yeah.
Yay.
Gotcha.
What have you been up to the last couple of weeks?
Besides some work, putting in some Call of Duty. We've
Yeah.
Brady and I have been hooking up with LG, with some other friends, and that's what free time's been. Going on Warzone, getting wins, and shooting people, recording some goofy stuff that happens while we're gaming, especially with Lunar Girl out there who, needs to fucking listen. And every now and then she gets a move where you're like, did that just happen? Like, it's a great shot we got to put together of her running around the building, because we're already inside. Brady getting tore up, shot down, and I'm getting tore up and shot down. And as she comes to the door, the guy that kills us runs out this way. And it's seamless where she pulls an execution off where she's like, tap, tap. He turns around. She sticks him a couple times with a knife. Coolest spot ever. We have like all three views of Brady dying, me dying, and there's LG coming around just like, I got you. I got him.
What did you do 2 weeks ago when your mic was goofing up and you fixed it?
A full reset of a lot of things.
Okay, do that.
Do that?
Yeah, because you're over there making popcorn.
I'm pegging out. A little less gain.
I don't know. It's not the gain. It's something to do with the signal.
Is it still doing it?
It sounds like it.
All right, hang on.
Sing I am Henry VIII, I am. See, look, that's perfect because you can't hear him. His mic's muted. Your mic's muted.
Married 7 times before.
Hey, you did it.
Everyone was it Henry?
Henry.
Oh.
Henry VIII, I am. All the friends said Henry. Any fucking way.
Yeah.
Yes,
that's like all I've done. That make a mess in my room trying to put shit together, and then like I have to break out a whole bunch of tools, and now I gotta put shit back together. Good stuff.
I was just getting ready to mount my TV on the wall yesterday, and then it occurred to me I'm not supposed to be picking up heavy stuff. So I put it all back in the box.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with me?
Don't do any heavy lifting. All right.
Yeah. Like
heavy lifting.
How could you forget that somebody just like cut up half of your anatomy?
You're
like, oh,
time.
You know what? I'm gonna hang up the fucking TV. That sounds brilliant. While
Well,
I'm at it, I might go to the gym. Stupid.
Well, that or that's the second time. What's the worst that could happen? They got to do it again.
I might have them take the whole thing off.
Guys, you're killing me here.
I might legitimately be like, look, bro, I mean, not for nothing, but it ain't worth all this. Just take it right at the throat.
Or the next one's definitely free.
Yeah. Like the next one, I'm assuming at this point they took most of the tube. So
no, keep them apart.
Just separate these motherfuckers. And I'm wondering if they have to go in for a third one, if they're just gonna have to take like maybe a 9-iron to the front ball or something. Like something's got to give, bro.
Start the surgery off by a hard kick to the crotch.
Yeah, no shit. It's like, I don't want this chick to have a baby. Push her down the stairs.
Oh, it's terrible.
The escape pod is not advocating pushing anyone down the stairs.
No, not unless they really need it.
Except grandma. No,
Grandma-
I'm just
oh,
kidding.
no.
Not grandma.
Those are called intrusive thoughts, and we don't say them out loud.
I said the quiet part out loud again.
Ah, damn it.
It seems super weird without Brady here. Like, I'm almost like, should there be some background music playing or something?
Nope, that's
Like,
usually Brady.
it's just
He's
Brady.
singing in the background.
Yeah, he sits next to me and vibrates.
I do remember being busy this time of year with the kids because
Yeah.
I had a band kid. So
Oh,
Fridays were
same thing. Yeah.
like Fridays were an all day night affair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, going to the games, sitting out there freezing your ass off. It's good stuff.
Right. Yep. Well, it's raining its ass off here. So
Is it?
Brady's out dressed for super fucking rain galasha fucking. It's not good. It's not good at all.
Saw him bundled up with the umbrella. So
yeah. I don't know that it's cold as much as he was avoiding getting wet.
it's true.
Mm.
Yeah, we had several days of rain from the tropical depression that the wannabe hurricane to push through here and just rained a bit.
Yeah.
Like for 4 days. I'll take that kind of rain. That was just like
Yeah.
a light rain for 4 days.
Tropical depression. I can raise you one. I have fucking seasonal depression in Michigan.
It doesn't matter what part of the earth I'm in.
I'll take your tropical depression, you pussy.
I got worldly depression.
Why are you so sad? There's palm trees there.
Beautiful beaches.
You're so sad.
There is that hurricane shit that keeps rolling through this time of year.
Yeah. That honestly, like, when you objectively look at when hurricane season is, you really kind of couldn't get me to live down there.
It's bad enough when they come up and hit us here in Pennsylvania, where it's like, we don't, even if it makes landfall kind of close, it's just wind and a lot of rain.
Yeah.
And I don't mind rain so much, but fuck 4 or 5 days of just steady fucking.
Right.
No, good.
But fucking hurricane season starts at like the end of May.
Yeah.
It goes all the way to October. You're
right.
like, that's not a season. That's half a year.
That's half the year. And the rest of the year, it's at the very least very chilly.
Yeah. So it's either hot and hurricane or like hoodie and damp.
Yeah.
Like palm trees are cool, but I'm good.
We'll visit during those times.
I was actually pretty happy when I was on that cruise. We didn't have bad weather at all.
Yeah, you had a good stretch.
There was just like literally there was a hurricane the week before and a hurricane the week after. Nothing why we were down there, and it was just sunshine and beautiful, and it wasn't windy or like
some damn good schedule in there.
Yeah, the ocean wasn't particularly wavy. It was just
nice.
Yeah, I can't complain none, except for getting sick. That sucked. I told you about that, right?
No.
I got like neurovirus or whatever.
Oh, really?
So the first day I was on the ship, first full day on the ship,
yeah,
I took 3 naps.
Oh shit!
I bet you I got 7 hours of sleep during the day and then slept all night again.
Oh shit!
Yep.
From a guy that doesn't take naps.
Yeah, a guy that doesn't take naps. But I woke up on that following day, the most rested I've ever fucking been in my whole damn life.
Well, shit.
I was like, I feel like a child. Let's fucking go.
A child that can drink. All right.
15 drinks. Challenge accepted.
We gotta get going.
I gotta make up for yesterday.
Right.
I did manage to get like 6 drinks in. Sick with neurovirus.
Well, you're paying for them, so.
I mean, what am I gonna do? Be sicker?
They use alcohol to sterilize stuff, so
yeah, that's why I figured. It
can't hurt.
When COVID happened, the first thing the president said was, "Can we put the bleach inside?"
Right.
No tequila.
No,
we do tequila for that.
Yeah. Good, nice bourbon. Nice 90 proof,
Yeah, something full of all of those cleansing Yeah.
flavors and
with tequila, you can put some citrus in there for an extra cleaning.
right, yeah, or
See?
change it up for a morning style.
Yeah,
You know?
we're doing things now.
Definitely solving problems.
Do you want to shout out our friends in the chat?
Yeah, we got Eric Williams. What's up, man? In our chat. Of course, LG wielding the wrench. So step out of line. She's gonna whack you with that thing. Tina. Scott Rasmussen from Used and Abused. What's up, dude? Logical Spock. What's up, man? And we're scrolling up. And ATSW, the escape pods in there.
I know those guys.
General Kenobi. And I'm on Top Chat too. The fuck? Why is that a thing?
What's a Top Chat?
Where we're gonna filter out some of the messages for no fucking reason at all.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I bet you that's really fucking convenient if there's 3,000 people in the chat go, you know, like they do for those streamers, gamers.
Right. We've got 10, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, I'll take it.
We'll be okay. We love you all. We'll put it on live chat.
We don't get paid for the number of people that are on a stream. Well, we don't get paid. It just if there's 8 or 8,000, it matters not.
We're still gonna do it.
We're still gonna do this. You're stuck with us.
You're stuck with us, and we're gonna free ball it, which means we're gonna get to a topic, maybe.
Yeah.
Eventually,
or we might get it into multiple topics today.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Brady won't be here to be Brady, so
well, won't yell at you so much.
Right. He should be here when he's done playing with his half.
Like the topics here at Escape Pod, Brady will be here eventually.
Shit. Shout outs. I'm gonna do the shout outs.
Shout outs.
As always, first and foremost, the mothership, Dave and Jason, the New Jersey Delphians, Sidebar Cantina. That's the ones, that's the homies, that's the fellas, that's what else does he say?
Yeah, the homies,
the motherfucking homies.
Yeah, the things and the cool guys and the Palpatines to the Vaders.
He's so much better at getting excited. He makes everybody else excited.
Right. And you're like, wow, where did it come from?
Look at all this energy from this guy.
Right.
Used and abused out there doing their thing. Big Swede, getting his Swede everywhere, playing his music.
Now he's popping Swede.
Ooh, popping Swede. Cherry popping Swedes?
Yeah, but no, there's a Swede pop out there now.
There is?
There's a Swede pop. You can go on. You've always been able to go on Funko and style your own little avatar. Now you can make it a thing and order it, and they will send it to you.
Really?
Yes.
How much is that? $8,000.
$30. I think. $30. They have like a set bunch of things you could put with your dude, lightsabers, game controllers, kinds of shit like that. So
Ghost Pepper and Alan showed up. And
what's
Corey.
up? And Corey.
Let's see. Big Keith out there doing his thing, bringing you the mana because we could all use a little life. Oh,
right on the nose.
Darius out there talked Monster Squad the other day.
He did. And
good times.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It's a good movie, and it bears repeating. Like, it's worth talking about on a regular basis, because Wolfman does indeed have nards.
He does.
And you got to talk about it.
Kick him in the nards.
Backyard TARDIS.
Kick him in the nards.
Kick him in the nards. Wolfman's got nards. Backyard TARDIS out there doing his thing, locksmithing and talking about Sonic the Hedgehog all the fucking time. Until I met this dude, I had no idea that there was so much going on with Sonic the Hedgehog. I literally didn't realize that there was a group of Sonic the Hedgehog stands out there. Like, I had no idea.
Right.
It's like these motherfuckers are out here doing it.
It's hardcore.
hardcore about some Sonic the fucking Hedgehog. Is there any Mario stands out there that are like, you know what, my guy Mario?
That's probably gotta be.
It's
At
gotta
least
be.
a couple Italian plumbers somewhere that are all
It's-a me.
about it. It's me. I'm a fix-it, you leak.
I wonder if anybody out there fucking started a plumbing business and named it It's a Me.
It's me.
It's a Me Plumbing.
It's a me plumbing.
Somebody did a TikTok not too long ago that explained that he doesn't say it's a me Mario. He says it's me, which means super.
Super Mario.
So he's saying Super Mario.
Ah, he's not even Italian.
He's not even Italian. He's not it's a me. It's me.
You Olive Garden hero, you.
You Olive Garden. Fuck. I do like Olive Garden. I don't know why Kelly hates Olive Garden so fucking much.
Yeah, it's an affront.
I think
just happy
I
for
think so.
food, man.
I think that you should take her to Olive Garden on your anniversary. Just to be like, listen, I wanted to take you somewhere where we can both be miserable. You'll hate the food and you'll make me miserable while you have to eat it.
Right. And we'll all eat it with my black eye. That's a great idea. That for someone
unlimited
who doesn't live with
breadsticks.
a woman.
Unlimited breadsticks, bro.
Yeah, these are kind of delicious. Can I have some raw meat for the eye? No, there's no raw meat here. It's fucking Olive Garden. It's already pre-made and fucking frozen.
Those breadsticks are not the world's best breadsticks. See, what you guys don't have is you don't have Fazoli's.
Right.
See, if you had Fazoli's, you would realize that there's a world where the breadsticks are made out of everything that is not food, and yet you cannot stop fucking eating it.
Oh.
It's like
it's good.
If you take an Olive Garden breadstick, right?
Yeah.
And you butter it with like butter and olive oil and garlic so that it's kind of soggy.
Oh.
But still has crispy
that
around the edges, but it's like it's ridiculous. They're fucking ridiculous, is what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
They shouldn't be good. They're not made out of good things.
They're not good for you, but
they are amazing. See, Alan fucking gets it.
All right.
And when you're sitting at the table eating your fast food Italian,
right?
There's a guy whose entire fucking job is to walk around this restaurant and give you hot, fresh, butter dripping fucking breadsticks.
More crack, sir.
Slop up the sauce that's in whatever fucking shit you just got.
It sounds delicious. I'm not gonna
and
lie.
I haven't had them yet, but I guess they have fried cheese balls.
Oh, dude.
And Corey gets those and dips them in what's that? White
like a creamy garlic
cream sauce. What is that? Alfredo.
Alfredo, yeah.
And she says they're the best thing ever. So if you put that next to those breadsticks, I don't know how the fuck you could lose.
Oh, you can dip your breadsticks in that.
See, and then you could take Kelly to one of those for your anniversary.
Right.
And
not
be like,
Olive
see,
Garden.
baby, this is what Italian is meant to be.
His name is a Frizzoli.
It's a Frizzoli. What's a Frizzoli? I don't know.
Mostly soggy breadstick. Delicious as fuck. That's what it means in the island of Sicily.
This is the most glorious review Frizzoli's has ever had.
Right? Yeah. Frizzoli's, Snickers, reach out. We got you.
Yeah. The guy's like, well, fuck, we got to get a hold of these guys. These guys reviews slap.
Sold it. And everyone in the chat, too.
Frizzoli's market share went up like 0.2.
His name's Guido Frizzoli?
Guido?
Oh.
No. Anyway.
Well, if you like
what were we talking
forget
about?
It.
Oh, you know who else I haven't shouted out yet?
Who's
Pop
that?
My Culture.
Pop my culture.
Chantel and Josh doing their thing.
Yeah. Sexy
Being naughty on the
Josh.
internet.
Sexy ass Josh.
Sexy ass Josh.
It's true. We don't get enough Josh. Nobody gets to talk to him, see him. Yes. Indeed.
And thanks, Kellie.
Drive 2 hours all back roads with top down on the Jeep to get their breadsticks. Wow, those are some fucking breadsticks, Alan.
Yeah, those are serious. That's a road trip with purpose.
All right. Where's the nearest Fazoli?
I don't know.
Fazoli nearest.
You got to have one somewhere.
Locations. Now they have a website for finding them.
Oh, see, that's big business. If they know you're searching for breadsticks and they put it on the internet,
neat. Well, that website sucks. It says basically get fucked.
Oh, that's terrible.
This is no bueno.
It's no bueno.
No bueno. Let's check maps. Fazoli's near me. The closest one closes at 9. Yep. Give me directions.
You're gonna be late.
For myself, I should get there in 6 hours and 15 minutes.
Perfect.
Just Fazoli's outside of Akron.
Oh, jeez. Don't go to Akron.
Now, fuck Ohio, dude.
Here's a public service announcement.
I'll drive
from
further to Michigan in order to get the fuck away from that
fuck
shit.
Ohio. I could go to Fazoli's. I could get you some breadsticks, mail them. You could put them in the oven.
It would be better than going to Ohio.
It would be better than going to Ohio.
This is true. This is very true.
In fact, you could go to your local supermarket and buy the worst frozen piece of shit breadstick that they have.
Coat it in your own butter.
Leave it in the sun to warm. It's going to be better than going to Ohio.
These are all facts, ladies and gentlemen. All facts. Fuck Ohio. If you're listening to us from Ohio, it's not you. It's Ohio.
There's this lady that I talked to when I was on the cruise ship. Her and her husband were super nice. Buckeye fans. They were from Ohio. I actually met them at the shot glass exchange. I brought a U of M shot glass, and of course they brought a Buckeye shot glass. Nice. And we were like, I hate you. But when they got back home, there's a Facebook page for that particular sailing. There always is. And the lady's like, it was a great trip, but we're back in Ohio. And I'm like, I am so sorry. And she's like, you're a dick. I'm like, I know.
But, I'm not wrong.
Right. Absolutely. See, the chat gets it. There's a fuck Ohio. There's a fuck Ohio. See, everybody knows.
Listen, we've gone to Michigan. We had to drive through the entirety of the only thing cool is like the lake tour. So you get to see the water. So that way you're looking away from Ohio.
See what Nada said? If you mention driving in Ohio more than twice, they send you a ticket.
Sounds about right.
It does.
That is about right.
You get you get a ticket with a lanyard after completing the turnpike. It's just they just mail. This is your lanyard. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. Is this a fucking fine?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's the you were in Ohio fine.
Right. Yeah. You have to wear it. No, I'm not going to wear it.
And if you go through Toledo, you get a fine on a lanyard that says I survived Toledo, and you get a 25% off discount ticket for new tie rods because you're going to need them.
You will need them. You will need them. Same thing going through Cleveland when we were coming through where we drove right through the heart of it. We're coming up and talking to Kellie, like, where are we heading? Like, right through Cleveland. You start off with like there's planters in the streets and there's trees in the middle of the streets and everything's beautiful to every window in that house is smashed and they're actively stealing the wheels off of that car.
Right.
You go right through the middle of that whole. It's weird.
Cleveland is the only place that I hit a pothole on the highway doing 70 so hard I thought I busted a rib.
I believe.
Do you know how big a pothole has to be for your car to go down into it? at 75 miles
And at
an
70
hour.
miles an hour, the amount of force.
Yeah. Just I remember like my soul left my body and looked at me and was like, I think you're fucked. I
Remember
was
when
like,
I said fuck Ohio? This is another reason why.
yeah. I remember like about 2 miles down the road, we pulled into a gas station, and I was like, I better look at the pressure on this tire because there's no way it survived.
Right?
And it did, but holy fuck.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been places. I've seen things. In Ohio.
In
Ohio's
Ohio.
amongst the worst of them.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if I ever told this story on here. I went through St. Louis once. We were on our way to Kansas. My friend's grandma lived there first. I know I've talked about going to Colorado and going up Pikes Peak all stoned off my ass.
Right.
Same trip. We're on our way to Kansas. And as we've gotten to St. Louis, like literally I can see the arch over here, right?
Yeah.
There's fucking cops blocking the highway in front of us, making us get off the highway.
Right.
Now, mind you, this is MapQuest days.
Oh,
So there's no recalculating.
No, you had papers.
You're just kind of fucked.
I had the way. If you didn't
So-
have a road map or know how to read it, you're fucked.
Yeah. So we get off the highway. We go under the bridge, which is the way everybody was going. And then everybody started turning right so that we were traveling, would have been west with the highway off to my right.
Okay.
And as we're driving, people start peeling off.
Mm.
And I tell my buddy, I'm like, hey, the fucking highway's going that way. Let's keep going that way. We'll get back on the highway as soon as we can.
Right.
2-3 miles pass. There's no signs that say the highway's this way. And I'm like, that's interesting. Normally,
where are we going?
every few miles. And the concrete's starting to wear out. There's no lines painted on it anymore.
Oh, no.
Eventually, there wasn't stoplights anymore. There was just stop signs, 4-way stops.
There's a kid out in the street with a banjo.
Yeah. At one point, there was stop signs, but they weren't the stop signs that belonged there. They were ones that were concreted into tires. and it, like, we're sitting there at one of them, and I'm looking at what maps I've got, hoping to make some fucking sense of it. My buddy's like, put that down, because there's like people staring at us.
Right. Don't let them know you're lost.
And I told him, I was like, well, the highway's still there. We're still going west, I think. Just go.
Yeah.
And we must have drove for like another 10, 15 minutes of just stressful stop and go, people staring at us. I think we're going to die. So then we finally seen a sign that said back to the highway. So we get, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes down the road, half hour down the road from St. Louis proper. And we're like, all right, well, we're going to finally stop and go to the bathroom because neither of us have been to the bathroom for like 3 hours now.
All right.
And we pull over to piss and we asked the guy, I want to say it was at McDonald's. We're like, do you know why they made people get off the road? Yeah, there was a guy in an office building right next to the highway with a bomb strapped around him with hostages.
Oh.
And he was going to blow himself up. And so they closed the highway because they were afraid that the debris was going to land on the highway.
Oh. Good.
And I'm like, I'm never coming to St. Louis.
Yeah, you know what? The alternative was not that much better.
It's like every once in a while you interact with the city, like recently I did in Miami, where I'm like, you know what?
Oh, yeah. Fuck you.
Keep it. Fucking keep it.
Fuck you, Miami.
Yeah, it's like, I just don't need to come here anymore. I'm sure there's parts of St. Louis that are very wonderful. And if you were with the right people to be like, you know what, we need to go here, here, and here. Oh, this is an amazing town.
Right. Seems
I
reasonable.
saw the other side.
And fuck that place.
Yeah. There's burnt toast everywhere.
It was funny when you went to Miami. Kelly and I were talking to Shanti and kind of got a little play-by-play in between to where,
Oh yeah.
oh no, he's at the rental place. Oh no, and he's hungry. And we were like, oh no, is right. He's at the rental place still, and he's hungry.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That was almost 2 hours at the rental place.
Yeah.
And I didn't have breakfast because I left too early for breakfast. And I just hated myself for hours after that.
Yeah. All because it was cheaper to rent a car than Uber anywhere.
Yeah, but what I was expecting to do though was I was going to go pick up Shanti and we were going to go to brunch.
Right.
Well, we fucking bulldozed past brunch. And it was getting to be like dinner time.
Dinner.
Yeah. It was just, I was like, this is bad. This is all bad.
This is just no
There's a
reason.
shortcut in St. Louis, Interstate 69 or 64. Yeah, what do I got in my mind? Okay, I believe you.
All right.
I've only been there once and I'm never going again.
Most cities have those nice little, like the big ones. Even Cleveland, like we were coming in, we were dedicated to like this is how we were going to go. And there's plenty of interchanges where you can be like, nope, and go around. And we were like, yeah, nope, we're going to go around. Oh, fuck, this took us through the heart of it. Neat. Yeah. Oh, good, there's a baseball game going on. The Indians are in there playing. Thank God it was like the 7th inning while we went past. Traffic's dead, but behind us it exploded.
Did you see, or did you ever get to stop at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
No, we haven't started.
That's pretty fucking cool. It's the only reason to ever be there.
That was the talk next time we come through is one of the places. We did some, I live on Route 6, and Route 6 basically takes you most of the way to freaking Michigan. So we did like the whole Route 6 back and found some really cool stuff that's in the middle of nowhere, like a bridge that's 300 feet over top of the valley that a tornado took out half of, and now it's observatory. And you go out and they got a glass floor, and you look down, and it's like, yeah, that's 300 feet below us. And this is made out of not steel but iron, with some steel upgrades. And oh yeah, we closed this because there was a train that was going to go across, and it goes across a bunch of times a day, but today it was going to go across, and we were like, oh look, the whole thing is moving. We can't have that.
Right.
So,
fucking Ohio.
Fuck yeah.
So that Route 6, is that connect to 2?
Let's see. I think a couple points.
Because I think 2 comes down and goes over to Sandusky.
Yes. And that's where we picked up 2, I think, because my buddy lives over in Sandusky. Okay. And we met up.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we met up with him not too far from there. And then
welcome to Skate Pod Highway Edition.
Right. Yeah, we're fuck you, get out of the way.
This is what happens when you get middle-aged dudes just chatting. They're like, you remember, did you ever take Route 6 and then pick up 2, and then you end up with, you ever stop at that one gas station? They got a nice crapper in there.
Fuck yeah, they do. It happens.
It does.
Well, I can tell you all the nice or shitty bathrooms from my place all the way out to was it Gaines, Pennsylvania? Yeah, it's terrible that I know that place way too well. Where you're like, oh, this town, don't pee in this town. Like, even
there's a gas station that while it's not open anymore, but it's still, the bones of it are still there, or were last time I drove through there, in between Sandusky and Toledo. When I was probably, I don't know, maybe 11, 12 years old, I went to Cedar Point with my older cousins. And on the way home, there was those mayflies.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
And there was a big bloom of them, or spawn, or whatever you want to call it. And they were so thick that like we would have to like stop about every 2-3 miles and like just
clean,
let the wipers catch up.
Right.
And we pulled into this gas station that was, I mean, it was the only thing around, but it was so like overcome with these mayflies,
right,
that one of the owners was wearing like almost like a beekeeper suit, standing outside the door. And when somebody wanted to go in, they took a broom and they were wiping them off of the doorway.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was one of those weird fucking like plague of locust kind of things where I'm like, is the world ending? Like, this is weird.
We have a lot of lakes and ponds around us. So there's that time of year where you can see them like coming at them at like 50 miles an hour. You're like, there's this
It's like a star field,
shadowy mass in front of you. And then you
man.
go through and you're just like, oh, this washer fluid needs to be high test.
Yeah.
Fill up the tank of gas, throw a little on the windshield to help get that shit off of there.
Right. But that was such an experience. Like to this day, if I drove past that gas station, I would know that one from any other one I ever saw anywhere in the country.
Nice.
Be like, that's the one.
That's the one.
It was one of those. Remember when we were kids, there'd be a gas station kind of out in the middle of nowhere. They'd have 2 pumps, one on each side.
Right.
And that's the only thing they had.
It.
The whole store wasn't any bigger than my studio.
Yeah. Yep.
They had 8 packs of cigarettes and 2 things of gum and some ice cold Coca-Colas in the cooler.
Right.
That's all you wanted.
That's about all we got.
Well, it's what time is it now? Oh, 7:45. What have you been watching that's not Ahsoka?
It's not Ahsoka. Well, working on getting grave reviews with Alan underway. So we I'm watching some horror flicks. We have some that we want to cover and we've already, talked about covering. And some that, just for shits and giggles, I watch movies. Like I wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning, I'll put a movie on Tubi or something and just watch it. I could care less what rating it has.
Right.
So Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh, I love that movie.
So good. And
you guys are going to do that one?
We are going to cover that one at some point. We've run into some technical difficulties that are... The intro is awesome, Alan. It's perfect. We're working on the rest. We've had some snafus here and there, but
it's a good start.
It happens. It's good. So I've watched that like a bunch of times coming into it because I hadn't seen it in a while. I love that movie. In fact,
when you guys do Killer Clowns, I'll come on if you want.
Yeah, so
I adore that movie. I've seen it 50 fucking times.
Yeah, we're gonna do we're actually pre-recording. We're gonna hold off on lives at least for now.
Yeah,
we're doing some pre-recording where we're just shooting trivia, shooting stuff about the movie, being busting on the movie as it's going because we cover those B ones. Return of the Living Dead. Watched this crazy movie on Hulu the other day. The hell is it? Nobody's Gonna Save You or No One's Gonna Save You. Some alien horror movie. Just a lot of...
I watched a fucking alien horror movie maybe fucking 10 years ago. I don't know what the hell it was called, but maybe it was called The Fourth Kind or something.
Okay, I've seen that one.
And at the end, the alien's like, I am God.
Oh.
Nobody's coming to save you. God can't save you. I am God or something like that. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh, shit. Which one was the one with, what's her name? From the Resident Evil movies.
Mila Jovovich?
Mila Jovovich, yeah. She's in one. I think that's The Fourth Kind.
I'm gonna look it up just because I'm wondering. I want to say that movie's called The Fourth Kind.
There is a movie called The Fourth Kind that I know. 2009. So
it has Mila Jovovich. Yes, because it's got all the fucking interviews.
See, we knew what we were talking about.
Yeah. That movie fucked me up.
That was messed because it was coming through her in like the psychiatrist tapes or something. Look at this guy.
Hey.
I just heard someone mention grave reviews.
I did.
I heard that there was a show called Grave Reviews coming.
Well, there was one at one point in time, and then we swore that we were going to get it going again, and then we had all kinds of technical difficulties, like recording the same movie twice and not actually capturing anything that we could use.
I'm going to go grab another drink while you guys chat about it.
But we had some fun doing it.
We did. We really did. I think that for my own sanity, we're probably going to put that one on the shelf and come back to it later. Maybe move on to a different movie to start with. But
yeah, we'll give it give it a little time to rest, and then the jokes will come back to it. Such a good movie.
It was, and to be honest with you, I really, really wish that we could have showed this to everybody because Chris was cracking me up at times in this, and to the point where I was like covering my face laughing. It's like he broke me. So I would have.
You had some good ones in there too. We had some fun talking about that movie.
We really did.
It just comes naturally when you have a movie that stars, several 30-something-year-old actors playing teenage actors.
My synopsis for the movie, Don, was something along the lines of three brothers put together a movie where they hired a bunch of 30-somethings to act like they were teenagers. Took every clown trope you could think of, magnified it to ridiculous proportions, wrapped it up, and then hit you in the face with it like a delicious cream-filled pie.
That movie is so insanely just the premise is so insane, and then the delivery on everything takes everything up a couple notches.
Yes,
like the silly straws and all that kind of shit. Like you're just like, all right, you thought of everything and then
some.
Yeah, you used all practical effects, very little bit of anything, so it actually looks good.
Yep.
Crazy bastards.
Yeah, I mean, it's not they didn't have the money like John Carpenter's The Thing had, right? I mean, so they had to do it on a shoestring budget and still make it all work. And the reason it worked so well is because the Chiodo brothers who made it, that's where they started, was in special effects. So one of them directed, one of them produced, and the other one did special effects, and they did a great job. They did a great job with it.
Have either of you guys seen Tusk?
Yes. Yes.
I have seen pieces. I've never watched the whole thing.
What's it? All the stuff in that
is ridiculous.
Yeah, all the shit in that is practical.
Yeah,
and it makes it twice as fucking horrifying.
I love and hate Kevin Smith for that
that movie. Yeah, like
and just the fact that he got Justin Long to play in it. It was just, he's the guy that he can act with his eyes. Like you can see his emotion in his eyes, obviously because of Jeepers Creepers. But to have him in Tusk, it was just what an
scene
over the top
at the end when he's crying.
Oh,
you're just like, oh, fuck, dude.
What the hell?
Damn it, Kevin.
Just stop, will you?
You remember the girl at the beginning?
Yeah.
I forget what the fuck her name is.
Yeah.
Her audition for that movie was Kevin gave her something to read.
Right.
And she started reading it and started crying. Not because the thing that he had written was sad.
Right.
She just bawled through it as she did, and like it was like a bodybuilder flexing.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't that the
just
crying was
she could turn it on and off.
Yeah, she's like, I can fucking lay this layer on top of the thing you wrote. Like I can do your exercises while I'm working out. And Kevin was like, well, you get the fucking job. I don't even know if you're going to be good at it, but here you go.
But here you go. Right. Excellent. See, I thought you were getting ready to say, there was this casting couch story, and
no,
and they gave her the job because no one else would come to the casting couch.
The tears happened too, but
yeah.
I don't think that's Kevin's bag.
No. So I think we're going to be looking at in the very near future, we're going to be looking at Return of the Living Dead, which is a wonderful classic 1980s.
I think that's
comedy.
The first one I saw.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it was the first one that drove me to seek out.
Is that
Barbara.
The one with the rats in the sewer thing?
No.
No.
Return of the Living Dead. The tagline is that they're back from the dead and ready to party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
so you
different.
would remember this one because the skeleton comes out of the grave, and then when it opens its mouth, it literally says, you hear the music. Do you want to party? But very
Oh,
1980s. It's a
Yeah.
fun
It was,
movie.
they took Night of the Living Dead and was like, okay, we're going to split into two streams here. We're going to go serious, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead,
Yep.
Maybe that's
and
what I'm
never
thinking of.
mention Living Dead ever again,
Yeah.
or the comedy route, which was Return of the Living Dead series, which went on to 2 and 3, and I think Necropolis might be.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
after the first return was horrible. Everything after that was
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
Totally. Well, the only reason I say this is because they totally lost the feel. They didn't even try to stick with the feel of the original, but the original was great. I mean, the actors that were in it were hilarious. The premise was horrifying. Unlike your normal zombies, you cannot kill them even if you burn them alive. There is no killing them. It was the movie that gave you the first fast zombies. The zombies could talk, they could think, they could in their own way.
They get on the radio with the paramedics and they're like, send more paramedics. Send more cops.
Man,
more cops.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's a fun one. We're also maybe thinking about Fright Night, which is another great classic. So yeah, we got some good stuff on the back.
Is Fright Night the one with David Tennant?
Is he? No, I don't think so.
Oh, what is his name?
It's like an anthology movie.
Yeah.
No. No, Fright Night is a standalone vampire.
That's
film.
the 2011
is it
reboot, if you will, of Fright Night.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. He was in the
the reboot of Fright Night has the guy who played Bullseye in the first Daredevil movie stars in it.
You got a lot of people. You got David Tennant. You have Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell's who I was thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the reboot of the series.
Yeah, this one has Chris Sarandon is the vampire. Amanda Bierce, who played Marcy Darcy for years and years on
Marcy
the
Darcy. Oh, yep. I remember that shit. Yeah.
Yep. And had Roddy McDowall in it. So yeah, again, another great one. Another great practical effects movie too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
So. It's one of those movies. See, most of these movies I haven't seen since I was a young teenager, because like I watched that kind of shit really like until I was about 20, and then I had kids, and then I had real shit to be afraid of.
Yeah.
So then I fell out of enjoying being scared, I guess. And then 9/11 happened. And I'm like, no, I'm terrified. I don't need any help.
It's fun. It's funny. Someone asked Alice Cooper in an interview, how hard is it to shock today's audiences? And he says, oh, you don't shock today's audiences anymore. You can't. Yeah, all they have to do is turn on CNN, and they're going to see a hell of a lot worse than what they're seeing on my stage.
Right,
and that's true. That's true. Which is why I think you're going to really like this take on our show, Don, because not only are we're doing the 3 R's. We're doing rating, reviewing, and roasting.
Okay,
indeed.
So I think that's why I think that it's going to be a little bit of a different take than what people might think that we normally would do.
Yeah. And attacking movies that people don't. It's funny, as I saw a TikTok today, and it kind of was what I was thinking when it comes to horror movies.
Yes.
That, kids these days don't have that, unless the parents are pushing towards it, don't have access to those kinds of movies. They're not pushed on them. They're not talked about. Right. And I saw a TikTok today where, it's one of those, it's a Starbucks and it's fall and it's Gene Wilder, and he pulls them out and says, where's the white women at? And I'm like, I've been saying that line for years. And some kid is going to be like, oh, from the TikTok. And I'm going to have to
punch him in
hold
the
myself back from punching the kid and being like, TikTok, Blazing Saddles.
Okay. So here's the thing I want to say about that, and this is the truth. Okay, and I'm not going to stay on here for long, guys. I'm enjoying the show, and I had a couple minutes. And I was like, I just sent Kellie a message, said, "Skim me in." Tag, you're it. I look at that TikTok thing just like I look at the video game Guitar Hero. My kids were listening to nothing but rap.
Right.
And all of a sudden my son says, "Hey, Dad, do you have a copy of a song by Kansas called Carry On?
Right.
My Wayward Son?" Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we can look at it and go, "Oh, that's horrible that this is that these generations doesn't know that and they're going to associate with TikTok," but at least they're getting it.
If
so that maybe someone on the line will go, "Hey, dude, let me tell you the movie that came from," and then you can go see the whole thing.
Oh, come on!
Yeah.
You tell most of these kids to go watch Blazing Saddles, they're going to have a triggered episode.
Oh yeah,
halfway through the whole thing.
I want to tell you right now, my wife and I watched this girl online, and it was her first time ever watching Blazing Saddles. And it was a reaction video. She was in her early 20s.
Oh wow!
So the novelty of the joke was way over her head.
Oh no, she was literally going, "Oh, did they just say that?" And we're rolling at her, right. But by the and another thing was a couple who were of a minority couple watching it, and by the end of the movie they were laughing themselves silly and going, "You know what, we get it. We get what's going on here."
Right The
joke
is
it carried through our generation of just pushing, like, make fun of racism because they're fucking stupid. It's make fun of it because we're all the same people, and look at how idiotic people thought back then. There was that real push through to where hopefully we don't stray from that, that enough of trying to be the individual. We're all the same, trying to get through life, man.
Yep.
So, and that's why it was funny. It pointed fun at the idiots, like them two dressing up as two members of the Ku Klux Klan to go in there. It's the same. It carries through when it comes to with comedians taking it to that next step with what's his name? Dave Chappelle, going on with the blind KKK member that's black.
It's funny is I'm not a big Dave Chappelle fan as far as his show was concerned.
Right.
His stand-up's genius. Genius. And he takes no prisoners.
Right.
None.
I think that his stand-up, or I mean his show, has things in it that if you step out of the skit that he's doing and you just look at what the joke is, you go, "Oh, that's fucking brilliant."
Yeah.
Right.
But some of the execution where you're just like, all right, there was some corporate people in the room that really kind of vanillaed some of this.
They had to. I mean, they had to. I mean,
him coming to Netflix was one of the best things. He was given carte blanche to, go with it, just roll with it. Like, be you.
Yeah.
That's
and he's brilliant, and he literally. I love the fact that there is no such thing as a safe zone with him.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who you are. You're going to get it. And that's the reason why we love Mel Brooks movies, because Mel Brooks was, of that generation and ilk that he was like, you know what? I'm going to come after everybody.
Nobody's safe.
And he does it great. He does it great.
But you kind of have to, you have to be that way. You can't go balls out towards any group or even a couple of groups. Because then you're an asshole.
Yeah.
But if everybody can get a fucking piece, you can say almost anything you fucking want.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Step into the firing line, man. You're gonna catch some. That's the only way you get to be that level comedian.
And to be able to stand there in the middle of your joke and make fun of yourself while you do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Natas, I have not seen Renfeld yet. I've been actually waiting to watch that, and that's going to be I think that's going to be a watch party type situation, because I really want to see that one as well.
Yeah, I'd like to see Renfeld too.
And the main reason I want to see it is because I've been told that our vampire in that one is way over the top.
They picked the perfect guy for over the top.
I'm telling you.
Nick Cage. Every part that Nick Cage plays is just Nick Cage playing a part.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, Did you guys see that Tim Burton got pissed off about the way Nick Cage's Superman was represented in that fucking Flash movie for that
I
30
did not
seconds?
watch that Flash movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
I'm not gonna ever tell you that you have to watch it,
Right.
Yeah.
but I was entertained. It's a mess, but I was entertained.
You know, I'm okay with that. Don, you know me well enough to know, entertain me. It doesn't have to be a work of art. You know,
Right.
I'm reviewing movies like Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be a work of art. Make me laugh. Make me have a good time.
Yeah.
Scare the pee out of me. You know what I'm saying? I want something.
Right.
And I want to feel something and see something that I enjoy. And it doesn't have to be a work of art. But I tell you what, my only problem is the Flash is my favorite DC character.
Oh.
And that guy who stars
Miller's
in that movie, Ezra Miller,
is not the Flash.
He is a piece of work that needs not ever appear in film again. He will not get my money one way or the other, period.
It was amazing that they went through. I mean, it's one of those examples of the studio saying we dumped all this money into it, we're going to release it. Kind of ideology is how they.
But the problem with that is they have insurance. They could have pulled it. Would
Yeah.
they have made all their money back? No, but it wouldn't have hurt them either.
They could have reshot all of his. They could have all the shit where he was in costume.
Yeah.
They could have easily popped somebody else's face underneath that.
Yeah.
Yeah, minimized the hell out of.
Yep. And all the shit that where he was physically there, they could have popped in another actor because he was almost never on screen with anyone else.
Right.
Well, here's the thing. You want to talk about how much money they would have lost. How much clout would they have gained had they said, you know what? We're not going to let this POS ruin something that everyone else that
you took a stand, you did this. The next movie you're putting out, we back you just for the simple fact of being that type of corporation.
So we're going to take the movie and we're going to completely redo it and reshoot it with use the guy from the WB network, whatever you want to do. You know, just make a stand and stand by it. Quit being wishy-washy. Even if it's the wrong choice, I'd rather back someone who makes the wrong. I've said this my whole life. Thank God for our Constitution. Don, you and I might not agree with politically about things or this, that, or the other about things, but I will stand right next to you and fight for your right to say what you've got to say.
100%.
Absolutely.
But be willing to take the fallout.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I have more respect for people who are able to do that than I do the people who want to just bend the knee.
Yeah. Right. You have a right to free speech. You don't have a right to not have consequences for what you
exactly.
You have a right to say it, but there might be consequences. I mean, there always is. I mean, we have jobs. This is a point where you're not going to say certain things because it's out there.
The Constitution
fuck Ohio State. Fuck Ohio State.
Fuck Ohio State. The Constitution only protects your right to free speech against the government. The government can't come after you for saying whatever the fuck you want.
Right.
I mean, if you read the entire article, it specifically says you're free of retaliation from the government.
Yeah, not from YouTube and from Twitter.
If you walk up to some guy and say you're butt fucking ugly and he dots you in your fucking eye, you can't be like, hey, free speech. No.
No, but my point on that was if WB before they released that movie would have come out and said either one thing or the other, they would have said, this is it. We're putting it out because we have to. You know, we wish that it wasn't this way. We denounce this actor. He will never work for WB again. But here's the movie. We hope you still enjoy it. Right? We hope you still enjoy it. Or they would have yanked it off the shelf. Either way, I would have been like, you know what? Great for WB. Awesome job. Right? This the way they handled it, where they all kind of hid and kept their mouth shut.
Warner Brothers, honestly, as they've reached into this superhero phase of their filmmaking, has kind of sucked right along. Like they just on the
direction.
There's no direction. The way that they address fans is kind of shitty.
There's no
they
direction.
Don't understand their audience.
There's no. We're staying loyal to certain writers and certain producers to keep any kind
Who
of
else does that sound like?
Well, Disney, anything.
Well, here on the Escape, we don't take shots at the mouse. Brady will take a shot in the mouth before we take a shot at the mouse.
You know what? Funny you say that, but when you read your liner notes, it specifically says we ain't no Disney Channel.
No, that's absolutely true. We will never get an endorsement from our friends down in Disney. So
no, we won't. And I'm going to say this also. And then I'm going to get off here and spend some time with my wife. I know we're not talking about Ahsoka because Party's not here tonight, but I do want to say this.
Fuck he's at.
I am really, really, really happy with this series.
Yeah,
good, man.
Okay, you guys know that I've been critical about some of the stuff that they've done.
Yep.
I'm the first one to tell to tell Don that and Brady I don't like it, but I'd never search someone else for liking it. Right? I'm not going to tell you
no,
you
absolutely
can't because I don't. But this one, it's not perfect. I don't expect it to be perfect.
But it's Star Wars all over the place.
Boy, it feels like Star Wars to me.
Absolutely, it does.
It sure does. Absolutely.
And it's a show of subtlety too. It's not overt a lot of times that I don't know, got feeling for me with this. It's not in your face, this is what's happening. Oh, it's that subtlety here and that subtlety here that I picked up that make it mean more. Is it simple writing? Sure, it could be simple writing. But you simply put those things together to make me feel a certain way. Damn it, I like it.
And
I kind of felt like. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say some of the best film movies and shows out there are simple writing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's the difference here so far. Knock on wood. Hopefully it continues. Is that it feels like a cohesive story that they actually cared to write a good story about,
or at
and
the very
not just
least
rely on all the feels.
Right, and at the very least, had a vision of where we're going with this. I think that's what I like about a lot of what we're seeing in Star Wars, especially presented in Ahsoka. I think most of all, I think that only has to do with the fact that I think as Ahsoka is key to bringing everyone together at the table, Mandoverse, all of that. But it's that simple writing to just kind of make sense. Going into some of the newest stuff, we're seeing a character arc of Ahsoka from Rebels going through what she went through to where we are right now. And it's so far it doesn't have to be complex. It doesn't have to be crazy. It's simple. It's right there. I love the fact that we didn't go through a Mando. Let's talk about what happened up to this point. Let's give you a recap episode. I like that we went into this. Is it a good business decision? Who knows? But if it gets people to go watch Rebels, cool. Because Rebels was awesome.
After the first season,
maybe
Rebels
the
was
best
great.
part of any Star Wars that's happened since Disney bought
those cartoons. Some of the best storylines.
I agree. I tell people this all the time. Also, I'm like, if you haven't watched Clone Wars, there's some garbage there.
Yeah,
but there's
about 50 episodes that are fucking good.
Yeah, stay away from Padme. Stay away from the droids.
There's some diamonds there, man. Where you watch it and you literally, when you're done, you're sitting there going, "Man, that was freaking beautiful, man."
Oh, wow.
Especially some of the like fallen soldier stuff and the PTSD stuff. You're like, these are real things. And they're just putting this in a cartoon like nobody's gonna notice.
Well, and it's funny because if you watch it and look at it, you realize that it started out a kid's cartoon. Surely did not feel that way. No, that cartoon did not end that way. No, the cartoon aged with its audience.
Yeah, it's true. You go through the Clone Wars,
that to me
Rebels.
Is genius,
right? It's good stuff.
Because it was like what, 7 years?
Yeah,
6 years.
Yeah.
So you got to figure.
If you imagine you started watching it when you were 10, you're now watching the end of when you're 17, and it matured with
there
you
was
the whole time.
It has some real grown up, coming of age storylines. These characters were your age when you started, and now they're your age where they're coming to terms and coming to grips with the life around them, just as you are. That's
I think Ahsoka was like 17 when she led the battle in Mandalore.
Yes. Yep.
You're just like, holy shit! Like,
yeah, you do the math.
I think she was 16.
Either way, I mean, the whole point is that, as an adult, you're watching it. Maybe you're watching it with your kids, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, blah blah blah. And then the next thing you know, you're starting to get interested because they're starting to thicken these themes up. And then you're by the end, you're sitting there going, well, how did they get to be this mature? Well, look at who's watching it with you.
Yeah,
they got to be that mature. I mean, I think it was a stroke of genius, just the way they did that.
I can't imagine what that would have been like to have started watching it with your 9-10-year-old or whatever, and then you being like, son, when are we going to watch the new episode or whatever? When I go home from work, Dad. Like, oh, I'm old.
Right.
Right. Exactly.
I'm begging my working child to come home and watch cartoons with me.
Hell yeah.
So, all right, guys, I'm going to hop off here and go spend some more time with my wife. I have to go back to work very, very early in the morning.
That seems silly.
It does, doesn't it?
It's a 4-letter word.
Sucks. God, it really sucks.
It's a 4-letter word.
We will, you and I will get together later this week, and we're still going to shoot for trying to get something ready to go by the end of the first week of October.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know if you heard me tell Chris, when you guys do Killer Clowns, give me a tap. I'd love to talk about that.
Just so you're aware, we are not doing
it's pre-recorded.
Yeah, we're not doing anything live, so
that's fine.
Yep.
All right, fair enough. I appreciate it. Thanks for bringing me on and let me just chit chat with you guys for a little bit. Thank you to the chat
you
room.
Rescued us because we're sans Brady right now, so
it's okay.
Brady's out there cheering, doing his thing.
Yeah, he had said that he had that with his kids. I remember.
Right.
I just texted him. I'm like, this Ahsoka conversation is imminent.
It's going to break out whether we want to or not.
Oh,
yeah, we're going to touch
Alan's on the show and he's throwing a monkey wrench in like he always does.
We're going to touch it. We're going to touch it.
Oh, that's so funny.
That reminds me of Dave and Jason's show the other night. Did you watch, Alan?
I watched most of it, yes.
Fucking Dave starts talking about when that song Monkey Wrench came out by Foo Fighters, and he was like, this is my rock and roll that's been missing.
Yep.
And honestly, in that time period, like fucking Foo Fighters were kind of what there was.
Yeah.
Metallica died, and there was a
they were
void.
taking that mantle and running with it.
Yep.
And they were the fucking like that unifying rock and roll where it didn't matter if you were heavy or light or old or new, like
you could
everybody kind of gathered around the Foo Fighters.
Yep. You know the best thing that happened with Nirvana, don't you?
Don't say.
Oh no.
The Foo Fighters.
Oh, no. Okay, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
I will say this. I hated Nirvana.
Did you?
I hated them. Yeah, I still do.
I can get that. I think, you know what I think the problem with a lot of people in Nirvana is?
What's that?
Everyone was presented with Nirvana as this is the new rock. This is grunge. This is whatever. No.
Yeah.
Nirvana was late punk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
now, don't get me wrong. I liked punk, but here was my thing. I was in an era of music where even the metal, but for the most part, the hard rock, we'll say, was bright and shiny and sparkly, and it was a party, and let's talk about sex, and let's talk about drugs, and let's talk about having fun. It's always a party. And then comes this little song where everyone's dancing around in the dark. You can't hardly even see what's going on, wearing jeans and plaid shirts because they don't give a shit what they look like, versus people who want to get out on stage and actually show you something other than what you see on the album. And they killed what was my brand of rock and roll.
No, that's fair.
And that's fair. And so to me, I was like, screw them, screw everything they stand for. And to this day, I will tell you, Pearl Jam's a better band.
I can't argue that they're a better band.
Yeah,
I don't know that they're more influential, but they are a better band.
Oh no, they're not.
I
more
enjoyed listening to them a lot more than Nirvana.
And the problem with Nirvana is, everyone talked about how he's this musical genius. He's a verse, chorus, same verse again in the song. It's the exact same numerical thing every single time, no matter what he's singing or writing about. He's a musical genius. No, the guy who was a genius in that band was the one who was playing drums, who he wouldn't allow write a song.
Right. And I would like to shout out to the chat right now. Be careful. Alan did make the Blue Wrench a little agitated right there. Just saying.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Must have
LG.
hit a heartstring there.
Yeah. Sorry, LG. She says Pearl Jam's overrated. I agree, but they're still better than Nirvana.
I think that Nirvana looked more like My Friends than
well, that's us too here with that. Yeah, I think we live in that whole suburban rural kind of
there was
feel of
a dark, angsty rural thing that was going on. And I think it just hit with my group.
Well, keep in mind, guys, I'm a good 10 years your senior too. So I lived, I lived through, I was in high school when bands like Motley Crue and Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
And
I did not identify with like
grade school.
bands like White Snake with fucking rocker blondes dancing on Camaro hoods.
Okay, first of all, she was a redhead.
Yeah, and it was Tawny fucking Katane.
It was a Jaguar. And don't you dare talk bad about Tawny Katane, because me and you'll fight.
I'm feeling Tawny.
I was too young to identify with that set.
Yeah.
I like that music. I know it all.
Right.
Yep.
But it was singing about a thing I hadn't done yet.
Sure. Yeah, I get it.
I was like 8. Like, I didn't know anything about fucking girls, and cocaine.
Yeah.
That took till I was like 13.
When I was in the 5th and 6th grade, we would bring, they would have days where we were allowed to bring records to school, or show and tell. I was bringing my Kiss albums and Alice Cooper albums to school in 5th and 6th grade. Right. Then once I turned, got into high school, that's when a lot of what, and I hate the term hair rock, but that's, was what was big at the time. But, you had bands like Cinderella who were forced to look like that by the record label, who was not a hair band. They were a blues rock band through and through. Yeah. And if you go back and listen to some of the stuff that wasn't being pushed on MTV, you're like, holy crap, this band was good.
Yeah,
matter of fact, one of the best sounding bands live you'd ever heard at the time. So that was the reason why for me, I was just like, I just went back to listening to bands like Styx and trying to, discovering them, and just said, screw Nirvana and screw that whole thing. And it's an age thing. It's really all it is. Yeah. If I would have been,
it's also
in high school when that came out, I'd have been right there with you guys.
It's also on how you were brought up. Cause like I had a friend when I lived in New York. So I was like 7, 8, and 9. And the movie, The Gate, is like the perfect setup, because
I love that movie.
My friend looked exactly like the friend in that movie. He had the glasses. He was a little older than I was, and he listened to the darkest of metal. He's the one that had Quiet Riot and all the devilish type hard rock posters on his wall. So I had a very early bringing me into metal, into the glam, to the hair, to the darkest of the metal too. So I came out coming into Pennsylvania here when I moved, when I was 10 years old, that it hit different, to where everybody around me was listening to pop and stuff, and I'm like, nobody around here hear of metal. And found the hardcore underground scene that it was starting to really pick up, the punk and where it went. So it pushed me at an earlier age.
I'm gonna tell you a little story about Kiss. Are you ready? I fell in love with them before I ever saw who they were.
Oh.
My brother had 8-track tapes
Oh
That remember the old Columbia House thing where you could get them sent to your house, right? And he gave me like 2 or 3 of their 8 tracks, and I'd never seen a picture of them, didn't know who they were, didn't know anything about them. I think one of the album covers had a bunch of painted faces and stuff on it, but I just thought it was just artwork. I didn't think it was them. And I was digging the music and loving it. I mean, just loving that early. Those first 3 or 4 albums were just, oh my God, they were so good. And then all of a sudden, I see a picture and a live video footage on TV, and I about fell out. I was like, what the hell is this? Right. And being, and then my next door neighbor, turns me on to Alice Cooper. And the rest is history. It's who I am, informed of who I am. Between that and the movies we watched growing up, The Gate. And,
the 80s were a time to get some really good horror movies out there, and also a time to make kids watch them.
Yeah.
Like I remember sitting there with my parents watching these horror movies going, wow, I wouldn't have done that with my kid.
No.
I didn't do that with my kid.
Is 1980s PG was a heck of a lot different than PG is today.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. 1980s PG's like heavy PG-13.
It's just a fucking boob. All right.
Yeah.
PG.
Yeah.
It's
it's just a boob. And more than one F-bomb gets dropped, and you get to see frontal nudity, but there's no sex, so it's not an R.
Right. Yeah. This PG, is that a bush?
Right. Almost.
I think it was.
I mean, seriously. Oh, anyway, I said I was leaving a while back, and here I am still talking to you guys. All right, so before the blue wrench actually kicks me out, all kidding aside, I consider this to be my home away from home, and I appreciate you guys so much. I love you guys very much. I love LG. You guys are truly friends who stuck with me through good, through bad, through good times, through bad times, and I love you. I'd put my arms around you and hug you at any time. If you need me for anything at all, you know where to find me. Okay, boot me out. You guys have a great night. It's been a pleasure. Nice talking to you, Chad.
We love you, man.
We'll see you, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
I cut him off too soon.
You son of a bitch.
He's stroking out. Well, I don't think Brady's gonna come. Are you ready to talk Ahsoka?
Yeah, let's do it.
I haven't even when I texted him and was like, hey man, he's fucking crickets. So we're up to Ahsoka part 6, right?
Part 6, yes.
Far, far away.
Far, far away. Right. So we've already hit the big crazy stuff with Anakin and coming off of that Anakin high.
Mm-hmm. We're on the New World Peridia, I guess.
We're seeing Sabine, and she went out with Balin Skrull and Dark Side Sia.
Dark Side Sia.
Shin Hottie.
I like her though.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this mother. You're just on time. Look at you.
Look at this.
Yeah.
So pretty.
We were like, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, well, my laptop's dead, so I'm on my fucking phone. This is fun.
Oh, it sounds like you're on your phone.
I have my headphones on just like I would be if I was on my laptop.
It's better than you not being here. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
All this dancing is making my penis soft, so.
All this dancing is making my penis soft.
It's not
That's
good.
what happens.
It does happen.
We were just talking. We're on Peridia.
Yeah.
Led far away.
Episode 6, far, far away. Sabine.
Like you literally got here right on time.
Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets it.
Rewatch this because you couldn't have rolled in at a better time.
I will. I'll fucking clip that shit and put it on TikTok.
Clip that shit.
Fuck yeah.
Brady's not coming. Boop. Brady's here.
Oh,
Brady's coming. Oh, look, it's messy.
Oh, it's a mess.
It's fucking gross.
So this is the episode that it finally happens. We fucking finally get to see Thrawn.
Indeed. And bulbous cock.
Yeah, he's blue Elon Musk.
Right.
Oh my lord. No, he delivered, man. I like the I thought came across well.
I think that he's He's every bit as good as the animated version of Thrawn.
We got the voice. You know,
yeah, he's got the voice.
we got that
The
calculated
mannerisms.
genius.
He's
Yeah.
He's a little like thick, but I mean, who gives a shit? Like,
who gives a shit? This is awesome.
Yeah, he's
fucking good
playing a
shit.
cartoon character, and you know you're not gonna look like a cartoon character,
right? But I think my favorite beyond the Thrawn was the fucking Night Troopers, bro.
Yeah,
With they call it Kinsuki, with they fill in like Kylo Ren, where they fill in the damaged parts with gold. And
I'm gonna be honest though, I'm not on the Enoch tip. I don't like his helmet. Like,
it's weird
because everybody started talking about this, like men think about the Roman Empire shit. Like, I don't know where the fuck that came from. I'm an oddity because I don't know what the fuck any of that's about. But I really didn't care for his fucking...
I don't know what that would have to do with the Romans.
Well, those
because they're saying the way the fucking the mask
like the gladiators, they had
the gladiators.
No, that's a fucking samurai thing. That's like an Ottoman Empire fucking samurai thing.
We got through 7 episodes. If you don't know this is a fucking samurai show,
right, for sure.
Attention, motherfucker.
Yeah, you can leave the Romans right the fuck out of this. I mean, that's a stretch.
Yeah, I'm not sure where we're going with him.
It's a thing going around right now where on fucking TikTok, women are asking their fucking men, husbands, whatever, boyfriends, do you think about the Roman Empire? Like, I don't know why that's a thing. It's a thing, and apparently a lot of fucking men do. I'm not one of those.
I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I spent some serious time contemplating the Roman Empire.
Apparently it's a fucking thing.
Think about
gladiators. I don't know what the fuck's
If
going
you
on.
ever thought about gladiator fights, if you think about like aqueducts, I don't know, like it's a weird
I don't.
thing. I'm there. I don't know why I'm there. I'm fucking one of those idiots.
The only time I ever spend any time...
That's serious, dude. I don't think about them daily. Like when the people are like, "Oh yeah, I think about it every day." You're a fucking idiot. Why do you think about it every day? But I will say,
I've never really thought about it.
Like a couple, maybe once or twice a week, I've probably thought something about it.
That's wild shit, dude.
It's weird.
There's so much like.
But I'm a history guy too. Like there's times through like I'll think about world wars and stuff. I listen to a lot of weird shit.
The Roman Empire thing was like left fucking field, bro.
Yeah, it's not your everyday thing.
Yeah,
they try to make it like it's this huge thing. I'm like, yeah, I don't think it's as big as they make it. But fuck, I am one of those guys that thinks about it at least a few times a month.
I think of World War II time frame, being in World War II, and I think of the zombie apocalypse all the fucking time. That's the two things I think of.
I never ever consider the zombie apocalypse in my day-to-day life.
No? Oh, dude, I'm always looking for a fucking exit. Know your fucking exits, bro.
Oh, I mean, I'm with that.
Awareness.
I think
like
that's
super
just...
like at any point in my fucking in the paint room, bro, I'm always thinking about what could be used as a weapon if a fucking zombie came stumbling in. Like how I'd have to fucking knife him in the fucking temple with whatever. I got screwdrivers. Like I feel pretty confident I could get out. But I'm always ready, dude.
I don't ever consider zombies, but human beings are horrible enough that I'm just like, you know what? I should always know where the exits are because human beings suck.
See?
But zombies, dude.
Zombies.
Like I take this shit so seriously. Fucking me, Coleman, Shanklin, and Kendrick used to play COD on the weeknights during work because we work second shift, and they fucking found out like I have a thing with zombies, dude. I told them I was like, if you ever think it's a funny fucking prank, like in the middle of the night to like Walking Dead shit in my fucking front yard, like don't. I'll run you the fuck over with the car. I don't have a gun, but I'll fucking shoot you. Like you will die. Even though you're supposed to be dead, like it's not a good prank. Let's not fucking do this with me because I'll fucking kill you.
No, it's fair. It's fair.
Yeah, it's a warning. I just want you to know. Please don't fucking go down that path.
Don't pretend to be a zombie at my house.
Yeah, you're going 6 feet under. I'm going to jail because I can't. Like,
was it fucking funny? Was it funny?
It wasn't. It wasn't
Could
funny.
you
Was it
imagine
Kyle?
trying to justify that to a judge? I'm serious. I thought he was a zombie.
Right. I thought it was my 3 friends turned into fucking zombie, and I had to fucking kill him because they want to eat my brains.
They were wearing Jordans. It was
They
weird.
were
Yeah.
yelling fucking brains. They were running at me. They looked all fucked up.
Makes no sense. I can't be a part of that. But yeah,
All
so
right.
fucking Thrawn.
I was just gonna say we got
That's how we
about
go.
4 minutes now to talk
Thrawn.
about Thrawn.
Yeah.
Big blue bulbous barbed penis.
Hell yeah.
Shanty's not even here. Don't get her excited.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think she's got something going with the barb. I don't know why, but
Yeah, no, I kind of feel like Thrawn's got
probably
like,
barbed.
yeah. I feel
I
it's
think-
very like a pit bull. Like when he puts it in and fucking blows it, like he gets stuck in there for a little bit.
I
Do
think
you
we're
feel me
responsible
touching
for
your
that because
clitoris?
I think there's an episode of the Escape Pod where she's talking about how sexy Thrawn is, and
Oh,
me
yeah,
and
that's where it
Brady
came
are
from.
like spitballing, like I bet he's got a dick like a cat and it's got barbs on it,
Yeah, dude.
and it
straight up.
just went
Yeah, I
on
think
from
it's
there.
spun from there. You know.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's what we
And
do
then
here.
she was like, "I don't even care," and I'm
Right?
like, "Have you ever heard a cat having sex?
BBC,
It's
the
not
big blue
fun."
cock.
Big blue cock.
Big blue cocky.
Big old Thrawn cock.
We got to see him. I don't give a shit. We got to see him. We got to hear him. He's Thrawn.
Yeah, he's
Fuck
very
yeah,
fucking
dude.
Thrawn. He's fucking Thrawn.
So in this episode,
Talk about it.
Thrawn
Brandon.
essentially takes or tells Sabine she can get on this fucking howler, which is basically a weird wolf dog.
Red
Platypus.
dog. Red
He's got a
red
face like a
dog.
platypus.
Alone in the world is a little red dog.
And he sends her out to fucking track down Ezra.
You know what they actually look like? Can I interrupt you? I don't know if anybody else got this. It gave me those fucking rats from the forest in Princess Bride.
Okay, me too.
Oh,
That's
Russes.
Yeah.
That's what the fuck
Rats
I thought
of
they were.
unusual
The rodents of
size.
unusual
Rodents,
size.
rodents
of
of
unusual
yeah.
RUSs.
Yes, that's exactly what the fuck I thought it was, bro.
We're all on the same page.
It's very
Hell
much.
yeah.
Where's the fire swamp?
But ideally, like she's supposed to go out into this world and find Ezra Bridger, and Thrawn is supposed to like fuck off. Like that's the deal. Hey, you get to go find Bridger, and we're gonna go. Like, thanks for bringing the crew here, but you know
Peace
we're
out.
going our separate ways. But
Yeah.
in reality, like he sends her out and then sends Balin and
The hottie.
Shinhati.
Shin Hati to fucking go murk them both.
Yeah.
Like as soon as she finds them, fucking whack them.
Right.
And
Whack
even
'em all.
at this moment, like this is the first time we see that there's a break between the way Shin Hati sees things and the way things are going down, because you can fucking see it on, like, the woman does a great job acting where
It's the
she's like,
smoky
I don't
eye.
think this is right.
It's the smoky eye.
It's the smoky eye that does
It's
it,
the
man.
smoky eye, and she
Yeah.
finally blinks, and you're
It's
like,
true.
oh, she
Oh,
does
she's
not
real.
like this.
And
It ta-
on episode 6, another episode where we get that next step up on Balin being this fucking
Yeah,
badass
Yeah, dude.
character.
yeah.
that-
And
he's
there's
got
a
an
lot more
agenda.
going on with him.
He's
Like
like-
he's
he's
got
like a
his
fucking
whole
onion.
fucking mission.
Yep.
He's got layers, buddy.
Yeah,
he's got that compassion of a former Jedi, but he's got I'm gonna touch the dark side to fuck you up if I have to.
Yeah.
Plus, he
Didn't
looks
he-
like a fucking knight with a broadsword.
Yeah,
and-
dude, that's fucking dope. And the way he
Fuck.
holds it and shit.
yeah.
Okay, this was brought to my attention. I was trying to see it, but I never went further this, and then somebody else pulled it and like, hey, did you notice this? Did you know this motherfucker has a green kyber crystal on his belt buckle?
Yes.
No.
Yes,
Yeah,
I saw an
dude.
Easter egg video of where it showed in.
Yeah, me
where
too. That's where I caught it.
He's got something. He's got layers, dude. His character.
Yeah.
It sucks that Ray Stevenson passed
Yes,
because
it does.
honestly, he could have taken this character on, I don't know, whatever spin-offs. I don't care. I am so
Right.
intrigued by him.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck.
Or not even a spin-offs. Like even let's just say
Just a little further
This probably
somewhere.
would, like even if they killed him in the
one-off.
next episode, you could fucking go back and give me his story.
Yeah,
Right.
give me a one-off in Mando, or give me a one-off over here if we do
Yeah.
something.
Or just
makes
like
me
not-
wonder-
Like how about be on the one-off, like a mini series, kind of like hopefully they keep Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like, we gave you this thing. We're not doing another season. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
we're just telling you this story.
Right.
That would be
That
great.
That would be dope. That would be
Fuck
dope. But all things.
It will be interesting if he dies in the next episode where you're like, well, shit, that talk about
Damn.
foreshadowing.
Right.
Right.
And you know what? Give me an audiobook. I'll take a fucking audiobook.
Ooh,
on
yeah.
Oh yeah, if you do if
Give it to me.
that could justify given the circumstances, I'd be okay with that.
Right.
Mhm.
I would definitely
And
be
Given
okay
those
with
those
that.
circumstances.
You
just to
could do
find out.
you could do an audiobook that has a prologue that leads up to Ahsoka,
Or
and
with this
then
fucking great-
afterwards that explains why he's not going to be in later stuff.
Like we said
or you
before,
could do some
Disney, you
fucking
paying
good
attention?
animation.
Come on.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
You do a fucking Tales of the Balin Skull fucking
Ooh.
series.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know,
I
it's just an
just
idea.
just the way he looks and Ahsoka looks, where they're facing off with each other, where they're going through somewhat forms,
Mhm.
and then it's adapting to each other's forms.
Yeah, they keep.
The way he carries himself is just perfect through that.
That's
It's
one of my
funny when they
favorite
do
things.
that.
fucking cool.
When they do that, it reminds me of the shit I recently seen for a baseball game where there was a fucking switch pitcher who
Uh-huh.
could pitch right-handed and left, and the switch
Oh,
hitter
yeah.
came up, and they had to change the rule in baseball because every time the guy would go to the other batter's box, the fucking pitcher would switch because he had the glove to where he could play, and they fucking just kept. And the ump was like, "Fuck this, stop it."
Enough of this shit.
Yeah, so like they had to make a fucking rule change. So when this was happening in the show, like he would go to the thing, and then Ahsoka goes to the thing, and then he goes to the thing, and I'm like, that's
You-
Right?
funny.
That's
That's all
awesome.
I could think of in my head.
That's
great.
one of my favorite things about lightsaber fighting is there is as far as I remember, there's 7 different forms, and there's actually an 8th form that I forget what it's called, but it involves more like force pushes and kicks and stuff like that than actual lightsaber work. But it's got its own name. It's not named after a form. It's got its own style name,
Yeah,
like jujitsu kind of a. You know what I mean? As far as like you got all the martial arts, and then jujitsu is kind of its.
I think it's
own
like
thing.
Tarakasi or some shit like that.
Yeah, it sounds right-ish.
It's because I think old girl from Solo knew how to do that shit.
Yeah,
She had that. She was Maul taught her. Maul taught Kira how
yep.
to fucking fight like that. Or Dragon
Right.
Ball. One of the two taught Kira
Dragon
how to
Ball
fucking
Z.
fight like that. Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon
and
Ball Z.
fucking-
Yeah. Dryden Balls.
Dryden Balls.
Bullshit. Dragon Ball Z.
Dryden,
from now
Dryden
on.
Ball Z.
It's
You guys didn't know
motherfucking
Dragon
Goku,
Ball Z was
okay?
in Solo.
Fucking Goku did it.
Fucking Goku.
Fucking
was in
fuck
Solo,
Goku.
bitch.
Ain't nobody got no time for no Goku.
Fuck yeah.
A whole fucking audience. Of
Dude,
nerds
I'm
just
not gonna
exploded
lie.
right
Our
now.
Star Wars universe look, we can have another galaxy. It's the best.
It's
It's the
If
coolest
you
Is it
shit
combine
ever.
the 3 of our ideas, we got the greatest Star Wars galaxy.
We got.
I-
We got.
You know, I wonder, like, if somebody was out there modeling the shit that we say as we say it, you know what I mean? And then
Oh,
if
that'd
they
be awful. God,
if
that's a
they
nightmare.
presented a version of it and it was just like one eyeball falling out the back and the ear
That'd
and the
be
fucking,
so bad.
and we're just like, oh, that was not as good as we thought it
Oh,
was.
It would
poor-
look like a weekend rushed fucking science project, science
Yeah,
fair project,
yeah.
bro.
Look,
So
it's a
awful.
biome. No, it's not. It's not. That's not.
No.
That's not even.
That's
You didn't
Lego.
even read the
Bitch, don't
definition of
fucking-
biome when you made that.
Fucking Lego.
Biome, not biodome. Why the fuck is Pauly
Biodome.
Shore?
I made a whole
God, I love that
filtration
movie.
system out of
I
cigarette
really
butts.
enjoyed that shitty ass movie.
Fuck yeah. Stephen Baldwin, the best of the Baldwins.
Yeah.
Stephen Baldwin.
Pauly
was the
Shore's
best.
been trying to get him to make a sequel to that.
Yes.
Actually-
They're talking about Pauly Shore playing fucking Richard Simmons in a biop.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm
could pull it
down
off
for
too, man.
that.
I'll fucking
Yep.
I am
watch it.
down for that.
I just don't know if there's enough drama in that story to get it
Oh, I
made.
bet you there's all kinds of crazy shit going
It
on,
just
bro.
makes me wonder if like he was just a kooky
Do it in the
exercise
style-
guy, and then he was like, I don't want to do this
Do
anymore.
it in
And he
the
went-
style of Weird Al in
no,
Yes.
I couldn't.
just
I
straight up
struggled with the
fake
Weird Al.
biopic.
Yeah.
I struggled
know,
with the weird. I could see that working. but
Richard
God, I
Simmons
struggled
like
with that.
fighting off bears at some
Yeah.
point or
Yes,
something.
dude, cocaine bears, like
Yeah.
Cocaine bears, yeah, while he's listening to fucking Jazzercise.
Oh my
fucking
god,
do it,
yes,
dude.
bro.
He's, yep.
Fucking
Punch him in
sweet.
the dick and
One
punch him in the
more.
dick and punch
Let's
that
do
bear
it.
in the dick.
Come on.
He's so angry.
So we're on Peridia.
Yeah, dude, we got
Yeah.
there.
Perennium. What?
Perennium.
Whoa,
Prolapse.
So
Prolapse. Prenatal vitamins.
you guys are terrible humans.
Yes.
Brady, it was so different without you here.
I know it was. I tuned in for a second. I saw Alan. I'm like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
So Sabine is out looking for Ezra, and she runs into these like odd samurai armored fucking dudes out in
Right.
so
They were
Um,
samurai sand people.
yeah.
Samurai Sand people.
What show
I
was
like
I
it.
listening to? Screen Crush was talking about the fact that they think that these guys are descendants of, or at least have modeled their armor after whatever that race was that's in the Fallen Order games. I forget what the fuck their name is.
I couldn't tell you.
Anyway, there's a race that dealt with the witches of Dathomir.
Mm-hmm.
Except the witches of Dathomir are actually from Peridia, and whatever this race of beings are, that
The Zepho.
the Zepho.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Red Riders.
No.
My bad,
No,
dude.
the
Yeah.
red dudes in the armor.
Yeah.
Their
no,
armor
not
looks
Zephyrs.
like the
Not
no,
the
but their armor looks like the Zepho. Like
Oh, well, a couple of them do. The heads on a couple of
Yeah,
them did with the
like
weird
maybe-
fucking shaped tops and shit.
right.
Right.
What they're intimating is that
Ooh.
because the witches went to the Star Wars galaxy proper, and the Zepho came to Peridia, they left enough of a mark that whoever these people are that live on this planet have modeled their war armor
Oh, okay.
after
I
the
see it.
Zepho.
It works.
Okay.
And I was like, well, that's fucking, I don't know if that's going to come out to be a thing.
Yeah, but
But-
you could see it if that's the
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
That
I'm down.
it's just another thing that foreshadows that the Zepho are going to be part of this new storyline.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I definitely think they're going to. You could just there's so many little things if you've been paying attention. You're like,
Right.
oh, remember that from fucking Clone
the-
Wars or what the Bad Batch and shit. You're like, oh,
Yep.
that's familiar.
The best thing about this episode was honestly, we jumped to another galaxy. There is a whole fucking galaxy that is wide open. Wide open.
You know what I loved about when they got to Peridia is when the shuttle's going in this new galaxy, it didn't feel like a planet we've already been to.
Right.
Right.
Completely different.
Yeah, dude. It was dope. The statues of the fucking Night Sisters, or what I believe to be the Night Sisters. I could be wrong. I don't know. They ain't specifically said that, but that shit was cool. They were tall and slender. It gave you that Rogue One fucking Jedi statues that had fallen over.
Mhm.
It was cool. I like it.
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued by this new galaxy and the history and the planets and what the fuck happened here. Why'd we leave, or
And
why
there's
they,
some
like,
connection to the Force and some connection to the witches that we've
Yeah.
seen from Dathomir, but they're different. And it seems like
Who
they've got
fucking
some new
knows that?
tricks with, the magic and shit that they can pull. And man,
Well,
Right.
what those guys from Screen Crush were getting at were the Zepho and the Night Sisters were tapping into the dark side
yeah,
to the point where they think that maybe they destroyed their worlds. And which is why they were fleeing, and now why the Night Sisters are so hell-bent on getting off of Peridia. Like they're willing to do whatever the fuck Thrawn wants,
Right.
as long as he gets them off of Peridia.
Speaking of, you just made that comment. Why the fuck are the Night Sisters like all about whatever Thrawn says it goes? Like, I'm very intrigued at how that
I think
dynamic
that's-
opened up
I
to
think
where
that's
the
the
Night
answer.
Sisters are like fucking Thrawn.
I think that's the answer. I think that they see Thrawn as they're way off of this dying world.
I just, for some reason, they seem like they're more powerful than Thrawn, in my
Right.
opinion.
I
where they're-
100% agree.
And it
But
also
Thrawn's got the car.
Yeah.
Oh, fair.
And they are dead set like we need to get out of here. I mean,
Yeah.
we're gonna
I think that's
appease
what it is.
everything you want to do because we need to get out of here for some
Like, you remember being
Okay,
like
cool.
14, 15 years old, you hung out with people that you didn't really like all that much, but they had the fucking car.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I like
And
it. Good analogy.
I think that's what's going on.
Nice.
So then next episode, Hera's like in hot water for what she did. The council's about ready to give her the fucking business and take away her fucking...
one piece of shit,
Yeah, especially
asshole
super
scumbag.
douche.
Yeah,
Fuck super
senators
douche.
suck a bag of dicks.
Senator
all the way
Super Dude,
along.
That's what I'm going with. Fuck that.
All the
guy.
way along, they have been telegraphing that there is Imperial people at every level. This dude is 100% a fucking
fuck yeah.
Imperial stan. I'd put money on it.
If I was Mon Mothma, I'd be like, "Hey, buddy, why don't you go suck a dick with your butt?"
Right. I have a
her up.
feeling at some point Thrawn's gonna be back, and then he's going to try and hold Mon Mothma like at gunpoint, fucking like, hey, the boss is coming.
You know how I know? Because I have his penis in my hand.
Whoa.
It's blue and it has barbs on it.
Oh, see the
It's
barbs?
stuck.
They-
I didn't want to grab it, but it's stuck.
It's
Yep.
there.
So
You won't let me
we
let
get
it
a
go.
visit from one of our old fucking golden friends here.
I
Fucking
don't like
seafood.
him, but that was amazing.
Right?
Yeah. It was a good
I
spot
was like,
to be
that's
like,
fucking cool, bro.
hey. Oh, by the way, I'm from General Leia, and she said, fuck off.
he basically was like, hey, remember me? I've been in all
Yeah.
the movies.
Right.
All of them. I've been here since the beginning, bitch.
Yeah,
Where were
I've
you,
been in-
Senator Bag of Dicks?
Yeah, I've been in every one of them. You're over there sucking that blue dick.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I
No,
just
that was
thought
a
that
cool
whole
little,
setup
that
was
was a
cool.
fun little cameo. I enjoy these different spaces we're seeing basically in a courtroom, and even from what was it? Mando, some of the different places that we saw on Coruscant and the different levels that from Andor. I enjoy seeing all these different spaces
Yeah, definitely.
LG
and the
says that
Star Warsness of it.
great way to bring in a legacy character and also bring up another legacy character without having to put a CGI deep fake in our face. You don't have to, man. You got a guy in a suit. Suit's the same as it was back in 1977.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean,
kind of. You know, does he have
it
a red arm?
depends. Like, the way they handled this was perfect. I'm not sure that they can always avoid the face-to-face.
I think if they
deepfake
do the
thing.
CGI shit, they just got to be upfront within the studio instead of trying to hide shit.
Yeah.
Because I think if they weren't trying to hide shit, they could be like, look, it's all hands on deck. And if people catch, we heard so-and-so is going to be in this and there's CGI in them, cool, whatever. That might be true, might not. But if you actually have the right people working on those things, I don't think it, you know what I mean? If you're trying to be hush-hush,
right?
Hey, we can't talk about this in a setting to really air out the grievances of what's going on and how do we fix it. It's, you can't really get into detail like that when you're trying to keep it quiet.
And
So
they did say that they have no intention of ever CGIing Leia again.
Yeah, but times have changed, bro.
Never say
that
never.
That was the immediate. We hadn't even seen The Last Jedi.
Yeah,
when
that was a
people were
knee
saying
jerk
that, because
reaction.
like
to it.
yeah, because like I said a million times over when we talked about the Last Jedi, when they blew up the fucking ship, I was like, oh my fuck, they figured this whole movie out and they killed her in the beginning.
Yeah,
I was really wrong, but like that's what I thought, you know.
they should have. They should have.
Yeah.
They could have.
that was the opportunity.
Well,
Yeah, they
same-
could have easily rewrote a couple of things and
avoided
solved that
thing.
whole mystery.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing with watching Kenobi. I didn't know if I wanted to see Anakin again brought back in any of those ways, and then it came in Ahsoka, and it was like, oh shit, that
Yeah.
was some of the best fucking Anakin that
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
gotten.
Yeah.
Because he gets it.
Mhm.
He knows the character. For
Right.
him to step in the way he did, it was great. And we got
Oh.
some nice little Easter eggs thrown in
Hello.
top of it.
You know how you were talking about oh my fuck. I'm brain farting. It's been a long day. Fuck off. I'll fuck off.
All right,
Oh,
fuck
fuck.
off.
All right,
Sorry about
Purgle.
that. My brain just took a shit.
Purgles.
Purgle. Ahsoka shows up in the Purgle in a
she
giant
does.
fucking minefield. Where the fuck was this
Dude, that is-
minefield like around the Death Star or anywhere?
I'll tell you what, coming out, it was like that was a Thrawn move. That
Yeah.
was
Oh yeah.
over the top. I am going to fuck. We're playing fuck.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
even it
Thrawn.
says
You
in the
want to
last
play fuck? We'll
episode,
play fuck.
he even no, is it the last episode or it's the last episode.
Yeah.
He says have a extreme prejudice. Kill any Purgle or shoot at any
Right.
Purgle with extreme.
They come
prejudice.
here to die. Basically, they're coming here to die. Let's fucking help them.
Right.
Yeah,
But the giant, like that minefield was insane.
it was cool.
That was
Though.
wild. That was wild.
And if they had that technology, man, like hindsight or whatever, but it should have been another shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I disagree with you on the Death Star comment. Why the fuck would you put it when you feel that's the most powerful fucking weapon you have?
Yeah.
That's unnecessary.
No.
And the fucking thing moves. From my understanding, that minefield is going to be stationary, so you would have to go collect them all up before you move.
Well, so does
I
the
hear what you're
planet, though.
saying, but it wouldn't work in that situation.
That planet's moving too.
Are you okay, buddy?
No, I'm just saying, like that
No, the
planet's
fucking
here.
Death Star travels from area to area. Move from
When
fucking
completed,
Jedi to
it's a
Jeddah to
space station.
fucking.
Right. But what I'm saying is that planet's right there. In a week, it'll be over there. In another week,
you-
it'll be over there.
You're talking Death Star. He's talking construction of Death Star. I think that's the
Fair
problem.
Look at he's stroking out.
No, I just don't. That it's still you still prove my point by making the fucking mind invalid in that situation.
Okay.
Okay.
I believe in you.
I don't believe in you.
I know.
I know. Cool.
It puts us in a place.
I don't give a fuck about that place.
Tell you what, Santa's not going to be very happy with you too.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
All right.
Son of a
So
He gave me shit I wanted in the fucking
Drank my
2
milk.
years.
They didn't tell me that Santa was fucking lactose intolerant and fucking farted all through my house too.
right,
Uh-huh.
fucker. So Bridger and Ren are kind of like moving around with the little turtle people.
Turtle, snail, rock people that
Yep.
are in like space
The
airstreams.
I like people calling them the E-Rocks.
The rocks.
Erox.
They're fucking E-Rocks.
I like it.
I like that. Yep.
So we get a pivotal moment between Balin's skull and what's her name?
Hottie.
Shin. Hottie.
Shin Hottie. I was gonna say San.
Yeah,
Um,
see ya. See ya.
I thought,
Dark Side Sia.
Dark side, see ya.
fuck, bro.
But we have another moment where Shin is basically looking to her master to lead her into the next thing, and he's like, no, I'm gonna go do my own thing, and you should probably go like hook up with those folks because they're your best chance of survival.
You do you, boo. But
Yeah, basically
Don't
that's what
rush
he
it.
said.
He basically was like, I'm done training you. You're not ready. And you should hang out with them because they're the best way you
Yeah.
can stay
the
safe.
same
I
time-
got shit to do.
savor the chase,
Yeah.
because if you rush too much into it, they'll probably fuck you all up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will.
It was a very very different approach to any of the like master apprentice dynamics that we've seen throughout the entire Star Wars galaxy.
Just, hey, we're done now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna
It's
finish
just-
training you. I got shit to do. Bye, kid. Peace.
Yep.
And you're just like, oh, and she
Another-
gets this wounded look on her face.
Like, oh shit.
You know something I've really appreciated that they've done in Ahsoka that they haven't really captured is from taking a lot of the shit that they could do in animation and letting them do it in live action with Ahsoka running and jumping into the ship, or in this case, in this episode,
Sliding
she
at 'em.
jumped, slid down the
Yeah.
stairs and fucking did a cool move going down to the fucking ground and fucking
Yeah.
shit up. Like, I love how they've captured those moments from the first episode till now. They've really brought animation into live action, but did it in a way you're like, okay, that didn't look hokey.
Right. Yeah.
And
definitely.
in this episode, we finally here in a second, Ahsoka's going to show back up, so we'll just skip right to it. She's having fun.
that's
This
a big
Ahsoka is
thing.
having a good time.
We're back to Rebels Ahsoka. We had Rebels Ahsoka. She goes up against Anakin, gets yanked out of that fight where she was dying.
Mhm.
Anakin was going to strike her down. Vader was going to kill her. She's
Yep.
into the world between worlds. Gets dumped back out. We have this, everybody saying too stoic, too bland, too rigid. This is an Ahsoka that doesn't know where the fuck she belongs
Right.
and learned her master just turned fuck all
Mhm.
and fucked everything up. And now we move towards this point where she meets Anakin in the world between worlds and gets that one last message from him, that one last change. And she becomes that Ahsoka again. She smiles again. She realizes her family's important again. Finding Sabine, finding Ezra, being able to joke with Wu-Tang in the ship.
Hell yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Fuck them Wu-Tang,
Like those
son.
points, like we're seeing Ahsoka again, the one that we expected to see.
Right.
And it gives you reason behind
Mhm.
why we saw her the way she was. You know, she got that closure.
Right.
So and that's that subtlety that's going on through the series that
When she
that I
faces
find
off
is
with
really good.
Balin in this episode, like
whole
she's
nother
like,
level.
yeah, she's like, listen, bitch, I don't think you realize who the fuck you're dealing with.
Right. I'm a bad mamma
Yeah,
jamma.
there was my master. He was Darth Vader. And now I'm here to whip your ass.
Right. And
It
even
was-
at the end of the fight to turn around and be like, I don't have to beat you. I just
Yeah.
have to get past you.
Right.
Peace.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
Yeah. It's so funny because literally she went from a few episodes ago not thinking that she was good enough because she felt like she failed her apprentice and she failed her master.
Right.
To kind of sitting with her master and being like, no, that's not your reality at all. And then all of a sudden
Right.
she was like, wait a minute. I think I was a better swordsman than my master.
Right.
And this guy over here ain't about shit.
Fuck this
And
shit.
his apprentice,
Yep.
fuck that bitch. I'll dissect her.
Easily.
That
dude.
was
I
great
think he
at
would
the
mop
end.
the fucking floor with her
Yeah,
if he wanted to.
she's just toying with her to the
Yeah.
point where once she's got her disarmed, she's like, look, just hand me your weapon and I will help you.
I'll help you.
Right.
Yeah. She's
And-
legit like, I'm not even going to kill you. I will help you.
Right.
And that
Let her
poor
go.
girl,
Don't fuck her up. Don't
Yeah.
fuck her up. Let her think about it.
that poor
Right.
girl went from thinking that she had a master and a fucking army to her master left and that army turned tail and walked away from her, left her sitting there to die.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't give a fuck.
And the only thing that she can do now is get on this fucking Russ and take it for a ride into the wilderness because she can't go back to Thrawn because clearly she's not appreciated
failed.
there.
She failed.
Yeah.
And she can't go back to Balin because she don't know what the fuck he's even up to.
And then you've got Thrawn over there going, you know, Huh.
Yeah, we're almost
Seems to be-
loaded up. Fuck
Seems to be we're missing one mercenary. This
Yeah.
Balin
Oh,
seems
well.
to be, but we got the car almost packed,
Right.
so
Exactly. We're about to jet.
Chimera is going to jump into this ring and fuck off.
There's a Rule 34. Smirking Bears calling it out. Ahsoka toying with Shin.
Oh
Sounds
my
like a good
lord!
show.
That's very
I believe if
specific.
you go into the sidebar cantina, I did
Yeah.
share a picture of Shin and Ahsoka.
Hell yeah!
You know what it
Rule
is?
34 never disappoints.
Ahsoka works at a Kia dealership, and she
What?
says to Shin, "I want where the
Stop it!
episode kicks up."
Oh god.
We're done, right?
But
This has been a good
alone
episode.
in the world, she's with her little rat dog.
All right, so did you guys know what they're calling these troopers?
The
Night troopers.
The night troopers. Yes.
They're night
I said-
troopers.
I said that earlier.
Yes.
Well,
And we found out that they're not just witch farts like Merrick was.
yeah, they
That's a good thing.
actually die. But I did hear another show speculating that they may be reanimated.
The death troopers from
Yeah,
that
the like
one-off
the
series.
yeah.
That one-off book.
Yeah. So we
yeah.
may find that there's more Night Sister magic involved in their operation than
That would be neat, and it would make sense because Dave likes taking from the legends and pulling them into reality, into canon. So to pull that one book about reanimating the dead stormtroopers just to grab a little and bring it into some Night Sister magic would be a neat little hint.
Yep.
It would be cool.
I'd take it. And if not, it's okay. I'm cool with them being either way. They could be just, they've been fucking around in some weird
Trying to
galaxy
hold it
getting their
together,
shit
right.
together, and they're fixing their stuff with gold inlay because that's all they've got to work with. I'm cool with that too.
This very well
fine.
may be like all the troopers died on that fucking ship, and it's literally Thrawn is in charge of a ghost ship full of motherfuckers.
Right.
And I'm kind of in for that ride too.
Yeah.
Either way.
You guys got anything else?
No, I love it, dude. I mean, we'll get sweaty when we talked about doing a year review or a episode or show review, but
next week we're gonna go fucking hard, so be ready.
Yeah.
Are you
the whole deal? It won't be Freeballin, it'll be straight up Ahsoka.
what's your game day situation next Wednesday?
I don't know yet, dude. You're asking really fucking crazy ass questions. I barely made it here today.
That's what
Fair
I'm
enough.
wondering. Anyway, we're gonna go balls deep in Ahsoka next week. So take that for what it is.
We'll just call it Ahsoka Rule 34.
I mean, before we fucking kick off of this, it's part 7 is over of a 8-part series, and I am more in love with Star Wars now than I have been since The Force Awakens.
Ooh, I like to hear that.
I'll tell you what,
that excites me.
It definitely got me more. I'm more excited about Star Wars than when Mando, and I was pretty excited over Mando, but
Me too.
The little things that have happened in this series have really this is Star Wars.
Yeah.
This isn't in the same galaxy. This is Star Wars.
Right.
Yeah, it's solid ass shit.
Yep.
I'm
right.
down.
We're wetting the pants.
Right.
Fuck yeah, we are.
Next
And
week,
a little
Rule
firm.
34.
Thanks to everybody that hung out with us for this weird episode.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we might have a few more of these because my kid's fucking doing cheer, and her games happen to be on Wednesday, so it is what it is. We got to make do.
Yeah, it is what it is, and
it's only a
we're
few
just
weeks
happy
out
you
of the
guys
year.
came.
Yeah.
May the
I hope
force
you
be
came.
with you. Go blue.
I am Groot.
I am goo.
Thank you.
Ew. Gross.
Very weird. The music sounds like shit on my end.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty.
I
Sorry.
barely hear. It's like
It's the Empire.